Hello everybody, welcome back to FTL's Advanced Captain Edition. Still playing with the Lanius Bombers created by Federation Scum. He's once again joining us. Say hello.
Hey everybody.
Last ship is the Coercion. I always mispronounce that one. Anyway, I'm going to let you do the story.
This one has been a bit of a doozy, but basically the Coercion is meant to be a prototype Lanius bomber that is meant to incorporate two significant improvements. One of which is that they replaced the cloning bay with a med bay that has enhanced Lanius medbots that heal anyone on the ship, and they also have the medbots also have organic compressors, basically that allows them to survive in a vented area, so that other crew can serve on the ship. And the true piece of this ship is the taser bomb, which can do 3 ion damage, stun any crew in the room for 20 seconds, and causes a guaranteed breach, which is meant to make it the apex bomber of all Lanius bombers.
Yep, 20-second stun does allow you to stun lock crew if you never miss.
Assuming you don't miss.
Assuming you don't miss, yes. Well, I'm going to start things up. If there's anything left for you to speak, just go right ahead.
Basically all there is to say about this ship is that it's gone through quite a few revisions compared to the other ships in this pack. I mean, initially it had no shields, but it was like piss easy to shut it down. Then I gave it shields, but one crewman just wasn't enough, and anytime you got extra crew, they would die soon after because you had to shove them in the mid bay, and if that went down, well, bye. So,
yeah. So as far as I can tell, both the augments are just an upgraded version of the NG medbots and the emergency respirators, right?
Only the first one. The organic compressors are basically just cheaper emergency respirators.
Yeah. They got made weaker, or are they the same?
Just the same. They cut oxygen they cut damage from vented areas in half, and the Lanius medbot heals for half the rate of a medbay. So as long as the medbay is powered, non-Lanius crew can survive indefinitely on the ship.
Alright, cool. Alright, time to test out the strategy. Should be a ship that can't hurt me very well, but, you know, things happen.
Things can happen.
Like Lanius being stunned again. Because you had to walk further than I expected. Anyway, yes, the breach plus Lanius seems to suck out the air pretty well, leaving the stun crew there to asphyxiate.
Yes.
Works pretty darn good.
It's a very powerful strategy. It's pretty much the only thing you're going to be having, and if you can get past the tough beginning, this ship can be pretty powerful, because this strategy can last up until the end of the game.
I can see that. I did get an early weapon from the first ship I encountered, a hull laser Mark III. So,
oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't use it yet, I think.
Well, I need one more weapons upgrade.
That's fine.
But yeah, so crew can survive on the ship now rather than just immediately die off if they don't need to breathe.
So as long as the med bay is powered, they won't lose any health, but they won't regain any unless you put them in the med bay itself.
That's handy. Kind of like a little bit of a maintenance crew then. Stick them in the med bay if they need to do something, have them do it, then send them back to med bay.
Well, you can have them anywhere on the ship if you want, if you need them to man a station, but you know they won't be able to hold off borders effectively. That's all there is to it, really.
Well, as the curse would say, it next ship is an auto ship, so.
Of course.
Starting to take down the weapons. He can't hurt me anymore, but you know, we're just kind of stuck here. So the problem now is that I need my board to take down weapons, but I also need him to charge the FTL.
It's basically as soon as the weapons go down, you can take as much time as you need, assuming he isn't trying to jump.
Well, he has. It's a station, but he can explode. I mean, I can just taser bomb his weapons, and he can't repair them anymore, thanks to the guaranteed breach.
Precisely.
And as long as I don't damage him anymore, he's not going to try to explode himself. Alright, so next weapons upgrade is 25. Might be worth it.
Yeah, it might, at least for damaging weapon against auto ships. You're not going to have as much trouble against Zoltan. Originally, the taser bomb only had 2 ions, so it took like 3 to, no, actually, no, it took 2 to take down a Zoltan, by which point it wouldn't be worth it.
No, it only takes 1.
Well, it only takes 1 now, but the old version took 2.
It's kind of on par with an ion bomb as far as taking down shields goes.
For the most part, yeah.
Alright, we can jump away. So yeah, the starting power is also a bit of a tricky business, right? Not enough to power up everything, so you have to switch things around often as you can.
That in the limited crew, one Lanius isn't. I mean, you have no upgraded piloting, and the Lanius pretty much has to do everything. So when you're on the offense, you have virtually no defense except maybe a shield after you use the taser bomb, and it doesn't miss. When it does, well.
Or you get lucky and find a ship that can't actually damage you because he only has 1 weapon.
That's true. That's true.
Alright. This one should have 3 crew. Yep, there it is. Let's see if we can do it again properly. Yep, there we go. Crew is stunned, my Lanius isn't. He has a repair drone, but who cares?
Yep, indeed. I'm pretty sure he'll repair drones. Yeah, they can fix breaches. Yeah, I remember that.
I noticed that I've noticed that my own repair drones don't go into fire anymore. I wonder what's causing that. Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
When you mention that, when you're talking about the repair drones, you're talking about the automation and the anomaly, right?
No, repair drones in general. They don't go into rooms with a fire.
Oh man, that's a strange bug. Then again, I've never encountered that bug myself. That's something to look into at some point.
Well, I got the hull laser online for auto ships. And I got intruders on board. I mean, seriously.
This shouldn't be a problem unless they beamed into a critical system.
No, they went for cloaking. Lanius can handle it. There we go. I will have to keep in mind that I'm using a med bay instead of a clone bay, something you don't come across on other Lanius ships of the like. Even the Mantis C that has a Lanius on board doesn't start with a med bay but a clone bay. Bit of an adjustment, really.
Yeah, essentially, if it's pretty easy to think if there was ever like a Lanius C ship, it would make sense to do the opposite, just like every other C ship does for its variants.
Well, yeah, I did the Raptor, and that one started with a med bay as well.
Precisely.
Alright, here we go again. This one with a med bay, so I'm guessing boarding there could be useful. Although probably ill-advised.
I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, if you successfully pull off the strategy and get everybody in, suffocated, they won't ever be able to use that med bay. But it can get tricky later on if there happens to be more crew than you can can be distracted by you.
Yeah. Alright. Breaching oxygen seems like a good idea then.
True, but normally it's advisable to usually go for weapons just so they're not a threat. Unless the ship can't hurt you, then you have pretty much do whatever the hell you want.
I gotta go. Alright. Bit of an odd one. He's got a med bay, you got 4 shots to him. No big rooms to get all the crew in.
In that case, I would mostly just recommend just continually striking the weapons room.
Yeah, kind of have to.
Just to keep. If the battle gets extended longer than you're comfortable with, you're going to have to give your cloak some time to recharge.
Everybody died.
What?
They all died. They had a medbay and everything. They just died.
That doesn't make any sense. So wait, that probably means there was less crew than initially thought.
I think I just stunned the last one, and because he was stunned, he couldn't get to the medbay or something.
Was he like at the doorway?
I just threw a stun bomb at him. So I think I had him stunned. Anyway. Yeah, getting extra power here is probably more important than those shields.
Yeah, initially your power is the
limiting factor.
has priority until at least until you got like 8 power. Then you can get some shields. At least when you encounter ships that can't hurt you that much, you can just throw it into shields for now. But power, you actually need the power to actually do that. Obviously.
1, 2, okay. Looking at the jump map to not get caught by the fleet. Alright. Alright, another Mantis ship.
Mantis are probably easier to deal with than most other ships. The trickiest, and I only say this by a little bit, is probably Rockman and NGs by a close second. Mantis, they're pretty much screwed, assuming, of course, you get things done in the time limiter, because if you're not careful, they will slaughter the Lanius.
Problem here is a clone bay is present. And it's the only big room of the bunch. There's only 2 of them, though.
You could probably stun them in the weapons room and go deal with the clone bay with the lone Lanius.
Probably, but now I've got the NG fighting the Mantis, and I'm the sole person whacking on weapons now. I suppose if I stun him at the correct time, like when mind control is about to wear off.
Don't cut it too close. Never could miss.
Yeah, I know. Alright, weapons are no longer an issue. Lanius can now kill the NG. Probably have to tase again, though.
And I'm guessing the clone bay is still up.
Yeah. I can use the ion damage from it, though.
Yep.
There we go. Crew's dead.
I think that's always something that's easy to overlook. People don't realize, oh, I can actually like hack that or ionize it, and that will kill them too.
I had a bit of an issue fairly recently. I had a ship with a clone bay, and I hacked the clone bay because I knew it was going to be a problem, and it didn't work. I hacked every time. Crew kept coming back. It was like 2 minutes in the fight, and I realized, oh crap, the ship probably has a backup DNA bank.
That only really applies in Captain's Edition, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, but I solely play Captain's Edition, so it's a bit of an issue there. Alright, one more power bar. It's time to leave our first sector already. Alright. So I'm guessing this one's your pride and joy of the 3.
So far, yeah. It's my first real experiment with a custom weapon. Well, it's what custom as can be. It's only really just a stun bomb with different stats. But hey, it's the special, coup de grace of this lovely white and gold ship.
We all have to start somewhere.
Yeah, and it came out pretty well in the end, I think. After all its revisions, I think it's just right.
Yeah, seems to work. Now that I finally have the capability of keeping crew alive on this one, I naturally don't get any crew. Use the whole smasher laser and it caused the breach for me. Means I don't need the stun bomb. Naturally, 70% chance of evasion, both mines hit. Oh, jeez. Alright, let's get in there before the breach gets fixed. Stations tend to have quite a large crew, though.
Yeah, I think if I recall, it's probably like what, 4 or 5.
Could be. I mean, I'm going for their auction supply next.
Might be a good target. But let's see, with you and a mind control enemy, that would probably pull 3 extra enemies into the room. That'd be 4 people dead right there.
Yeah, but it's a 2x1 weapons room, so. But auction was down briefly.
3 people dead is good too.
Auction is now breached and weapons aren't fixed yet, which means no air in there.
Good. That'll give you plenty of time to do whatever you need to do.
Board doors. Kinda need those offline without a clone bay. There we go. Free reign of the ship. Come and get it. Cool. Alright, so this is the first time I actually cleared out an entire station with 1 Lanius. So I'm pretty sure the strategy works.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Alright. The men surrender their goods, and they're trying to run, but that's not going to help you. Alright, everyone's in here. The extra weapon does make it a lot easier, as you're not relying on the taser bomb anymore, even though it is a brilliant concept.
It's always helpful to keep extra weapons around for ships that you probably might take way more ammunition than is worth it. But the taser Lanius mind control combo is really viable for boarding, meaning you don't even need a dedicated boarding crew to get the boarding rewards.
No, as long as you got the Lanius. I mean, a breach plus a Lanius can suck the air out pretty darn quickly.
Precisely, and it allows you to actually have security back at your ship to waterproof it, especially if you decide to get oxygen and utilize the Lanius medbots to their fullest potential.
They do seem to work as intended, yes. They heal at a much more rapid rate than the standard one.
But they're not too overpowered. That was probably the one thing I wanted to do. My original intention with the Lanius medbots is that I wanted them to be like anaerobic, similar to the Lanius themselves, in that they operated at full capacity of a level 1 medbay when oxygen was off. So as long as the medbay was on, crew would survive indefinitely. But if the medbay was off, they would die. But I also wanted to add the factor that if oxygen was on and there was oxygen present, then they would cease functioning.
That would have been cool, but it's unfortunately not able to be done.
Yeah, but even if it could have been done, I imagine the only way the game would interpret that is if the oxygen system was on or off, and it would be easy to just turn off the oxygen temporarily while you still have oxygen to breathe and get the full benefit of the healing.
Well, the thing is, there goes the weapons. Brilliant. And it's an AI ship as well. So now I have a weapon to take down AI ships that I can't use. Brilliant. Well.
You didn't upgrade weapons?
It's at 3, but the ship I'm fighting disabled 1 bar of it.
He didn't take out the teleporter, did he?
No. Just 1 weapon's bar is permanently down for this entire fight.
You can repair it, can't you? Just make sure his weapons are offline or whatever you need him lead offline before you repair it.
It's ionized. Like, can't use it for the remainder of the fight. It's combat augment.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that.
Well, that's stupid. Oh well, that'll happen every now and then. Here's an offensive thing for for auto ships. Sorry, can't use it. Jerks. Well, it's gonna take them a while to repair that. Also, a thing to note for people watching is that Placey, Captain's Edition, remember, engines only start at 1. You've seen it happen. What happens when you don't upgrade those at the start?
Precisely.
It's only 10 scrap.
Hey, it's scrap. Scrap is scrap.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, most ships that start off with having to use boarders don't have a lot of engine powers. I mean, the Mantis B itself only has 1 bar either.
Well, one thing to keep in mind is I had to balance out the extra support systems as well. Getting cloaking from the very beginning on its own, even if we were to disregard any other system, is pretty strong. I mean, the stealth cruisers pretty much attest to that.
True.
Except Stealth C, of course, but Stealth C has other things that are more long-term, which makes it more of a challenge than the other two, but that's another story.
Mantis in the teleporter. And dead. I wonder how it happens so goddamn often that a ship has like 3 weapons, one of them being a missile launcher, the missile launcher being the last thing to go offline.
Well, there's always that one theory. I don't think missile launchers were ever intended for like the convenience of the player. They're only really there for the enemy ships that have free shots at your ship. You could have the best shields. You could have level 4 engines. You could have cloaking. But those missiles will still find a way to take a decent chunk of your health over time. It's annoying, to say the least, but I guess there has to be some kind of challenge, otherwise you'd just laugh at every enemy you come across.
Yeah, I guess so. So I finally boarded the enemy ship, thought I was use mind control. Nope, slug crew member.
Oh, I know that. I boarded a pirate ship and all crew are just freaking slugs, even though it's not even a slug sector.
Just got 2 augments from 1 ship. Advanced navigation AI and power conduits. Trade good and a thing that makes you jump to previous visited beacons.
I don't know. I'm not really sure how to feel about that augment. I mean, the main issue with it is kind of obvious. I mean, if you will go all the way to the end and then start taking an alternate path into dead ends, it still wastes extra fuel on a beacon you've already been to.
Well, in Captain's Edition, you can use it for cheaper hyperspace travel, as in you lose 1 less fuel on those options.
Oh, actually, if I recall, though, someone mentioned that if you have this augment, you're able to complete quests right off the bat. Like, you know, those escort quests when the ship...
yeah, true as well.
We're pitifully defensive. We have no way to defend ourselves. Can you please help us? Oh, we lured you into a trap, sorry.
Yes, but you do get blue options for those now.
At least it gives it some use. Steel isn't too good, but...
I took it over the power conduits because it saves on fuel. It's odd, I play with boarding ships and I still end up with practically no fuel. It's like, you should be getting more of that.
Yeah, you know, speaking of fuel, I always thought it was kind of weird that when you get to the exit beacon in Captain's Edition, it basically requires you to spend, at minimum 2 fuel to really, well, actually, let's think about this. You first jump to the exit beacon, that costs fuel. And then you jump out of it to the next sector, that costs 1 fuel. Then you have to spend, at minimum, 1 extra fuel to allow you to go to actually get to the next sector. So at minimum, you're spending 3. At max, you're spending anywhere from 4 to 6 fuel just to travel out of the sector.
I mean, I get it because you jump to another sector, but all in all, it's basically just what is it, like 16 fuel you miss out on. Sleeper did say you want to make fuel more valuable. Anyway, on a side note, now I'm still in Sector 1, I think, and I'm now boarded by 4 Mantis.
Actually, I remember one time playing with this ship, I was boarded by 7 Mantis. Like 4 beamed right into the weapons room, and then another 3 beamed right into the middle of the ship in that empty hallway and the pilot's room.
Oh, there goes the medbay.
Go ahead.
Nah, medbay's down. But I think our Lanius... Well, not our Lanius, our Mantis buddies are dead as well.
At the very least. I mean, at least, all things considered with this ship, your ship getting boarded isn't going to be as much of a problem unless, you know, the medbay goes down. But even then, sure, you can still, you know, stick it out.
Being able to take out his missile launcher would go a long way as well. Fighting when you're close to small asteroid fields. My shield just went down, so let them escape. First time I ever had to say no to one of those.
2 layers go a long way.
Yes, but that laser online as well. I mean, I'm not at the end of the sector. Oh, wait, I don't know where I am. I might be in the next sector already. Yes, I am in the next sector already. Sector 2. Because I got that fuel event thing on the hyperspace thing, right?
Yes.
Nope. Getting some crew in would actually be a big help. Just to show off the workings of those 2 augments together.
Well, it seems like the game just really likes going against the intended concept of these ships. Like when you were playing the Asphyxia, the game decided, oh, you have a fire beam. Let's just like throw an onslaught of auto ships at you.
Yeah, the fire curse. It's real. With all my ships, it does the same thing as well. Just noticed something really odd. I don't know if it's because of this mod itself or something I did wrong, but I do not get the pop-up anymore when shots miss. I can hardly believe you broke that. And I just missed 3 shots in a row. Brilliant.
Oh, man.
Well, I took the missile launcher offline at least. Dem auto ships.
If you get one of those choices where you can choose what kind of crewman you get, like I'm pretty sure that one event where if you defeat the slave ship crew, it basically says, here, have a Mantis, Rockman, or an NG. You can't have all 3 though. I would probably go for the NG first, just because him being able to repair systems quickly is probably more beneficial than, you know, your ship's already border proof as it is. It's better to be able to repair systems as soon as possible.
Crap, can't let him jump. Ah, stupid missile launchers. And there goes the weapon as well. Alright. Man, they know what to target. Ugh, and I can't fix the weapon because it's breached. See if I can taser him in time. Nope, he's running. Crap. And I can't run, which means another fleet advancement. Your crew reports enemy FTL charge complete. Advanced navigation AI. Say a quick prayer. Prayers are answered by specialized AI routines. The advanced navigation computer takes over automatically. Within a split second, it fires the booster and brings the ship into the optimal position to withstand the blast wave. Shields barely hold, but your ship remains undamaged. Cool. So when a ship explodes and you have the advanced navigation AI, you're also safe. Huh.
That's something, at least.
Yeah, apparently there are more blue options than I thought there would be. Okay, let's repair all the crud. Right. Shields and then the mind control. So you did manage to beat the game with all 3 ships, right?
I only beaten the game with an older version of the Deimos and this version of the Coercion. I have not beaten the game with the current version of the Deimos or the Asphyxia yet.
Didn't the Deimos just get a little bit stronger? Or am I missing something?
Deimos is basically all Lanius boarding party and that's it. There's no weapons.
Yeah, but what's the upgraded version then? I mean...
well, I haven't made the upgraded version, but if I were, I think I would just give it a slightly upgraded version of the Breach Bomb Mark 1, and that'd be it.
Okay. So far, so good. Ah, big missile launcher.
That's always the worst, is seeing a big breach missile launcher just staring you down the field.
Yeah, I think it's one that can do 4 damage. I don't think I've got that much hull left. Well, we can hope to cloak 1. 60% chance.
We both know what's going to happen. It's going to launch, it's going to hit the cloak, it's going to cause a breach.
If it hits the cloak, I'm probably dead anyway. Although I might kill the entire crew before that happens. Ah, missile launcher's out and weapons room is breached. Brilliant. Now I just have to beat a mantis with my Lanius. Which isn't happening because they got upgraded oxygen. Well, we're safe anyway.
Wait, even if that's the case, shouldn't you still be able to vent the room, or does it actually just stop your venting outright?
It takes a lot longer. Well, Mantis is pretty much dead. He tried to repair a breach, so...
Silly Mantis, you can't compare stuff with claws.
No.
This thing has been cut up. Maybe I can put pieces together. Ollie cuts the pieces up too. And he's like,
well, I removed the hole by creating a bigger hole. Problem solved.
you fill that hole with a vacuum of space.
Ha! Your move. Ah, I'm dead.
Bummer.
A Zoltan ship with a missile launcher. Oh, maybe I can offer surrender, though. Make a minimal offer in accordance with general law system. We are glad to have a peaceful resolution. Now get out of here. Hey! Surrender offer worked. Lost 15 scrap and some fuel, but I'm alive.
At least the Zoltan are more appreciative of surrender offers. I don't think the Mantis give you that reprieve.
I suppose if you give the highest amount of surrender, it'll be fine. Did cause me to run out of fuel again, though. Advanced navigation AI. Let's let the AI handle hyperspace travel. Alright, well there goes the rest of the fuel. What can we actually build? NG medbot dispersal. Find a way to disperse medbots more selectively. Scrap -45 weapon healing cluster burst. So there you go. You can make a healing bomb on Captain's Edition.
Healing bomb. That would probably be more useful with a clone bay, though. I mean, it's got limited use with a mid-bay ship because why bother? It costs missiles.
Yeah, but you know, it can be handy when boarding. It means you don't have to bring your Lanius back.
Yeah, assuming it doesn't miss. That's the kicker.
It always is. Alright, so we've got a ship immediately trying to run. So I'm guessing I'm gonna shoot and I'm gonna miss every single shot and he's gonna get away. Just thinking positively here.
It just seems like it seems to me like nearly every ship you've encountered either has a missile launcher or is trying to run immediately because they don't have a missile launcher.
Kind of, but this time it's because I'm out of fuel. It also has cloaking, which doesn't really help the cause.
What kind of ship is it?
Auto ship again.
Lanius could probably take out the piloting. Then again...
I mean, I got a hull laser, so I'm expecting it to breach every now and then. Ah, we breached engines, but they're not destroyed yet. Which could mean it doesn't matter at all. Because some of these... an ion bomb on weapons. Crap. Which means it could mean nothing, because a lot of these running away events are on a timer, rather than the ship's engine power. But if that Lanius can take down the weapons, not the weapons, the engines, another bomb on, another ion bomb on my weapons. Surprise, surprise. All right, he's not running. This is an automated message resisting blah blah blah. Prepare to die.
Realistically, it would be kind of funny is that the auto ship runs away with your Lanius on board, and basically, because your ship has no fuel, technically, you would still be able to continue the adventure if you killed enemy crew or whatnot, or took over the AI systems. But no, that's too far.
Well, the little bit of lore the game has standardly sort of circumvents. I mean, it says the ship holds the data, not your personal crew, and I'm pretty sure USB drives no longer exist in that space-time continuum stuff. Alright. He's out. I can finally get level 2 shields.
Finally. Level 2 shields, cloaking, defensive prospects are looking better now. Now you just need to upgrade your engines.
Fierce fighting is taking place in the distance. You hope to move on unnoticed, but a rebel cruiser breaks away from the main fleet and engages you. This is the RS Texas. Tax and license not included. Good, you are annoying, but now we have you evasive maneuver. So now I'm fighting a cruiser, and I don't have fuel.
This is at a random space station, right? I almost got the feeling you encountered the rebel fleet.
I'm in a rebel sector, that is true, but how the fudge am I going to do something here? I'm guessing I'm going to have to bring out the taser bomb again.
Taser bomb, go for the weapons. This is its moment to shine.
You'd think so, but I don't know. I can't run because I don't have fuel. I could just bomb the crap out of that weapons room. Problem is, if I bomb it enough, well, there goes cloaking. That was fun. If I get like 4 breached or something in there, I might be able to do something good.
They're human crew, though.
Yes, and apparently their level 2 doors came from a manning bonus, which means if I... now... Worst time to cloak ever. Boom! Cool. Now get back in there.
Now you got the chain going.
Yep, I'm gonna keep those dudes stun locked like you wouldn't believe. They do have another crew left because their FTL is still charging, which means the ship might just run away and that'll be that.
Does the cruiser? What kind of weapons does the cruiser have?
Focus beam that can pierce through one shield layer if it gets charged up, an auto laser, and a big bomb.
Could be worse.
Could be worse, yeah. It looks like I'm actually gonna be just fine. But it's odd. There's like a lot of people in here and the other dude isn't coming in. Why is the oh, now he's leaving. And mind control is just ready again. Brilliant. Come on. He's running. Where the hell is he going? Shields. Okay. I guess that'll work. Right. Big bomb. Hit, but hit nothing vital.
Don't tell me. He aimed for the middle hallway, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sometimes I love how stupid the AI can be.
I mean, it's for the best. I mean, if he did the smart choice. I would have immediately shot a big bomb at my shields. I would have been dead already.
Or better yet, when they have a glaive beam and they said, you know what the best place is? Let's go ahead, start at the shields, and go from the across the ship towards the mind control.
Yeah. Or, you know, we got this flak cannon and the glaive beam. Let's fire the glaive beam first and then the flak cannon after it.
Genius!
How did we never think of this?
It was perfect. Did you see how those shields lit up? It was beautiful. Oh yeah, the flak didn't do anything. It missed the ship entirely.
But the coloring of it was brilliant.
It's so shiny.
Right, so I've stunned the last dude on board in a room with 2 breaches in it. So I don't think he's gonna have a very fun day.
He's a human. He's guaranteed to be fucked hard.
Yeah. You did it. The cruiser's crew is dead. So I think that's a pretty well sign of that your strategy is pretty darn powerful. Being able to take down a cruiser when you only have like 3 or 4 hull left.
You have one crew, just one solitary crew. They would do the job.
Let's go this here and then to the store. My last bit of fuel. Hey, it's another cruiser. Crap. I mean, come on. Oh, jeez. And with a missile launcher, of course.
Oh, this could be nicely. Unless you manage to unlock that missile launch or the weapons room.
I don't know if it's an Artemis or it's a Lido.
Well, at least if they hit the weapons room, they won't immediately disable the taser bomb.
Well, the stun bomb hit. So it's time to get in there myself. Engines won't be necessary anymore. Alright. Everyone's in here, I'm gonna hit them again. This one unfortunately does seem to have level 2 doors. Which means I can't get my Lanius. Ah, the stun bomb missed. That's a problem.
I think you get outnumbered, you're on borrowed time. How much time do you have on the teleport?
I'll get my crew member out, that's not the issue, but his weapons came back online as well, so... Oh, the missile missed.
Ooh.
This is intense. Ah, another miss on the stun bomb. You're killing me!
Yeah, that's probably the worst part. The thing about this bomb, it's powerful, but it demands consistency and efficient,
Yeah, this is it. Stun bomb's offline as well. Missiles coming in. Cloaking's down. Ah, that was fun.
What a shame.
Well, Captain's Edition is harder than the normal vanilla, but considering I think half of the ships had a missile launcher than anything else, so a bad run, but still, I think I've shown the power of the strategy. I mean, took down a cruiser with 1 Lanius and a stun bomb.
Precisely, that is true. Although, it's a shame that you didn't get any extra crew to basically show off the other attribute of the show.
Well, let's see if we can get some in real quick. So yeah, I'm just starting up a new run, and I'm not gonna finish it because I'm looking at the timer, but let's see what we can still do here, huh?
So the magic happens.
A mini beam is annoying. Taser bomb. Missed. And it also took out drone control, their mini beam. Oh, brilliant start. Alright, carry on. I just need to find a store or something that gives me crew. It's not that hard, people. I mean, I can sell off all the augments. Just no, I can't sell off the augments. Then I can't show them off. Helper shields are down. I don't know how much longer we can last. Teleporter, offer them to beam board your ship, and we got a crew member. That's how long that takes. Yeah. So I've got Mantis on board now, and he's staying at 100 health. So depowering medbay lowers his health quite slowly, powering him back up. It does heal him again. So you don't actually, yeah, as long as medbay is powered, he can get healed outside of it as well, if you keep both the augments, obviously.
Well, actually, he doesn't heal if outside the medbay. He remains at statically at whatever health.
No, he doesn't.
Really?
No. If he loses health, and then power medbay back on, he will get healed again.
It didn't happen to me. It must be something different going on here.
Some update that didn't go through yet, perhaps.
I don't know. Maybe it's something that's captain's doing. Because when I played with the ship, any crew that were outside the med bay didn't get healed, but they didn't lose any health so long as the med bay was powered. Maybe. Then again, I don't know.
In theory, it can't be Captain's Edition because your mod is at the bottom of the list, so your mod will overwrite any changes made to the medbot dispersal and the organic compressor things.
Oh, I'm at a loss. How fast is he healing when he's outside the medbay, though?
Outside the medbay, he kind of heals at the same pace as with normal NG medbots, I think. So maybe if you just set that back to its normal amount. I mean, it makes sense. Like the emergency respirators, what do they do? Is that like half the damage they stop?
It takes out half oxygen and oh shit. Okay, it takes out half oxygen, and the blue Lanius bots heal at half the rate of a medbay.
Yeah, half a quarter. Well, yours does.
Yeah, NG does quarter of a level 1 medbay.
I mean, it could be that Captain's Edition just makes the default medbay better. I mean, I can look it up. I'm gonna have a look at that. So yeah, for those watching, yes, you will be seeing my Explorer thingy. But in the interest of science, data, blueprints. So yeah, welcome to the innards of FTL. Medbay. Let's have a look.
All just a bunch of obscure text with numbers.
Blueprint. Medbay. Blah blah blah. Start power, max power, rarity 1. Upgrade cost 50. There is nothing in this blueprint that defines heal rate.
What's the value? Is there a value setting?
We got type, title, description, start power, max power, rarity, upgrade cost, and just plain old cost. Nothing in here that can be even significantly linked to healing speed.
Try without Captain's Edition.
Okay, we'll need another. I suppose I could use MTE for that. Alright, let's do it. See you in a bit then. Alright. Non-Captain's Edition. Coercion. Playing with mod testing environment to quickly get a crew member off. I don't think I'm going to get lucky twice to get one in as early as that. Alright, let's see if we can snack some crew. Shouldn't be that hard. Open, get some resources, money, open the store menu, and we have choice between rock, NG, and a human. Let's go with a rock and a NG. Alright, so they're both on full health. If I then get rid of medbay, they lose health. And if I then power it back on, huh, indeed they stay at the same amount of health. How the hell did he pull that one off?
Someone's a wizard. I guess Maybe he did change the code. I don't know.
If so, it must be hidden somewhere else.
Probably.
But yeah, you're right. Outside of Captain's Edition, they do stay at the same amount of health. Well, I suppose that could be a bit of a balancing factor for playing Captain's Edition. Your crew does get healed.
Maybe give you an incentive not to buy oxygen. Just a bit, I guess.
Means you have room for artillery. Weren't you planning on artillery? Or did I read that wrong?
If I ever did put artillery on any of the bombers, I mean, how the ships are designed is that they are supposed to have at least 11 rooms, kind of give it a nice symmetrical design. And that usually leaves one empty room to act as a hallway and a unifying element so that it doesn't feel too cluttered. And that would probably be where the artillery goes.
I mean, for the artillery, you don't need to get an interior image, and even so, it could be just a small little thing.
Yeah, so then that leaves the question of what would be good artillery.
I mean, considering you're going with a bomber, I'd go with a bomb-type artillery. I mean, I've did it twice myself, and it's a bit more work than the average laser or beam artillery, but I mean, I had the Chaos Cluster artillery on the Nebula Drifter, I had the Healing Cluster on the Mother Hen. I'd say if you're playing with bombers, go for a bomb one.
Bomber just seemed like the best way to go, and there's been a few people, I believe R4VN, I believe that's how his username is pronounced. He elaborated that he preferred bombery kind of playstyles for bombers, which I do agree. And the thing is, I can understand the correlation between boarding and bombing because, you know, bombs are normally meant to be support weapons.
I mean, you do have to be careful when you're creating a bomb weapon for artillery. It can hit your own crew, so it's usually advised to give them a pretty long fuse timer.
Yeah, ideally.
And you need to keep in mind artillery can be aimed manually, so you have no idea where the bombs are going to end up.
Well, in Captain's Edition, though, they do add a small little user interface difference that anytime a bomb is targeting a room, they will indicate where it's going to go just before it explodes.
Which is because of the fuse timer. The first 5 or 6 images of the weapon animation is basically just the indicator. You don't need it. I mean, the Mother Hen itself, you could see the bomb clearly appear on the ship, and it was then 5 seconds or something before it actually exploded into healing capabilities, but
more or less.
Yeah. So now that I'm in mod testing environment, I did end up decking the ship completely out just to see what it ends up looking like with the oxygen and the yeah, oxygen and doors are the only things you can get extra, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I suppose if there's anything left for you to say, go right ahead. If not, we're going to end this one.
For the most part, this is just the first in a line of fairly ambitious projects. I'm hoping that any people will give this ship a try. Yeah, it was a fun run for me when I gave it a try after all these revisions, and it's definitely a very powerful ship. It's very fun, and you know, it's got an unusual boarding tactic that you don't really see often, and it's practically impossible to, I wouldn't say possible, it's very unlikely to be utilized in default FTL. So, yeah.
It definitely uses its strategy unused before, and that is a pretty big appeal for people looking for ship mods. Well, anyway, I'm assuming I can still classify this as a sort of work in progress, as in things might still change.
Maybe if I update it for Captain's Edition with an artillery, it'll probably be equipped with artillery. I may or may not move the stun bomb to the artillery, and that would probably put, you know, quite a few changes so that it's still viable. But that's for the most part, this is pretty much completely applicable to Advanced Edition default FTL, so you can just play straight out the bat.
I mean, making a mod CE compatible usually boils down to indeed getting the artillery working, or as you did on this one, just remove it from appearing in stores. So technically your mod is already CE compatible.
Yeah, So, I mean, if you want to play it on Captain's Edition, go right ahead, but I can't guarantee that it will be as powerful as ready for it as it could be. I mean, most ships that are altered for Captain's Edition usually have other perks, like how the Not Red Tail has a cargo teleporter to make it into a trade ship, that kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, just look at what Captain's Edition did with the stealth ships. Yeah. I can't use any of them anymore. I'll just load them up here. Oh yeah, I don't have Captain's Edition installed. Whoops. Alright, well I think this is a good time as I need to call it quits. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you're still enjoying the series. Feel free to show support by commenting, liking, and or subbing if you're not already. Links to these 3 ships will be in the video description as always. Thank you Federation Scum for being here for this nice little trilogy.
No problem.
And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye everyone.